What's up, water signs? Shout out to Queen of Cup. I don't know if it's Queen of Cup or Queen of Cups. Okay, check out her channel. She's on Patreon. Remember, guys, if I shout you out on here, it's because I respect your channel, not because I want to be like you. But also, no, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna state this. No shade. If you're a tarot reader and you're reading for collectives, and you're reading for, you know, perhaps I could speculate like other versions of you on other timelines and stuff, entire collectives on maybe even past timelines for you, you are going to expect that they're going to pop up as readers. Not all of them, but some of them are. Okay, so you're doing your job. I want to applaud you. I want to also thank you. Okay, so I was watching one of her videos yesterday, and she was talking about this this book. Okay, Be Here Now. Remember? Okay, I was actually gifted this book probably more than a year ago. Okay, I almost didn't keep it in my last move because I wasn't really using it. I didn't really realize it was an oracle tool. Okay, so she was in the video. I don't think it was even a recent video, but a video of hers popped up on my feed, and she was using this as an oracle. So for water signs, welcome to your reading. We're going to use this as an oracle tool in your reading today. Personally, I don't really know if I think you should go out and buy this book. On the Queen of Cups episode, people were going out and buying it. I almost want to suggest, at least for the people that I read for, my intuition is telling you to wait. Don't go out and buy this book. If you really feel called to it, you can. But I know, like, for Queen of Cup, like, she was gifted this book, and I was also gifted this book. Someone I met in a coffee shop who worked there. Actually, I read their tarot cards, connected with this person. We walked down the street to a kind of like hybrid like tea bookstore, and this book was sitting there. And the woman I was with just paused and said, like when that book comes across your path, like you're supposed to have it, or like someone had bought it for her. So it was actually a really special thing, and I did not know that it was an oracle tool. Okay, so we're going to use this as an oracle today. So let's get started. All right, what do water signs need to hear today? I do want to mention, at least from what I know, and I haven't looked up the author of this book, that this book was written while someone was on like an acid trip. That can be like seeing through veils. So some people could be seeing through the veils right now. Personally, I don't recommend using psychedelics for that. You don't actually need it, but some of you may choose that path, and that's okay. Okay. So we have, this is what man's journey into consciousness is all about. This is Om, home. Okay, so some of you could be in yoga. All right, we use the Om. There's also the symbol. I look it up so many times. I used to be more active in yoga than I am now. I'd like to get back into my practice. So maybe some of you are getting into your fitness practice or into your yoga or yogic path. You practice. You could resonate as being a yogi. Okay, you could chant. Some of you could need to go to the monastery and chant with the monks if that resonates with you. It's going Om. This is the place. Becoming one with God. Returning. It's the return to the roots that the Tao talks about. It is the stillness, the calmness, the fulfillment. Okay. So it's like, you know, this is talking about being one with God, being still with God. This is giving me like meditation. Whatever that is for you, I'm getting water meditation, chanting. And this would be a mudra. I don't know the name or what the intention behind this mudra is. You could look it up. Okay, so we have fulfillment. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing 9 of Cups. Okay. 9 of Cups. Okay. Some of you could have done ecstasy before. When you make love and experience the ecstasy of unity, that's the place. When you experience a great achievement. You see it. And you feel a moment of exhilaration, that's the place. When you see a moment of poetry in a flower, or in words, or in art, the way it's supposed to be, this is the place. Some of you are artists right here. It's Buddha consciousness. It's Christ consciousness. Jesus says, I and my Father are one. When Buddha says, you give up attachment and you finish with the illusion, this is the place. There is the sign right there actually at the bottom that I'm talking about. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit and focus on that. Some of you could actually have this tattoo. Okay, so look up the meaning and the historical symbol of here. We also have 87, so that's the number of the page, okay? Someone here could actually be 87 or have a grandparent or a parent who's 87 right now. The 8 and the 7, what is that, 15? The 1 and the 5 is 6, which breaks down kind of like into 222. I have the 222 candle here. Okay. Some of you could be ready to look up the Hebrew number in your name. It's like another step of numerology. I'm not going to talk a lot on that because I'm still learning about that. So I don't want to guide you into something I don't really know about. But for those of you, some of you could already be working with that. Especially like in the spiritual community, people go on different parts of the journey at different times and have different information and experience than others. But it's almost like your reading is summed up in the beginning right there. It's Christ consciousness, it's unity, it's being connected during sex with someone, becoming one. Some of you I'm hearing are battling the flesh right now. All right, messages for water sign, please. Okay, we have the frog. Charming house, releasing emotional baggage. Okay, so some of you are releasing emotional baggage. Some of you could feel like this theme or this like kind of like metaphor keeps coming up in my channel recently. You feel like the toad for some of you. It's like someone needs to come along and kiss you to make you into the Prince Charming, or that's how you feel. You feel like the ugly toad maybe. Okay, so really finding... Here's my message on that. Don't wait for someone to come around and find your value. You have to value yourself. If you don't like how you look, how you feel about yourself, seek people who can help you with that. But don't put that on your romantic partner. Okay, we have the communication card. Some of you are working on your communication issues. The Lady of the Lake. Absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. Okay. I feel like that's speaking your truth. And I am speaking to the High Priestess here. Discernment, prophecy, and vision. You could be having visions. So get this for the females or the feminines. Be careful which frogs you're kissing, is what I'm going to say. The top of the deck, we have the bee. Luck and sweet victory. Okay. Some of you are the queen bee here. B from Gossip Girls could resonate here. Okay, we have the water fairy, feelings and emotions. Some of you, I'm getting, it's almost like you're judging your emotions. There's a warning of that. Don't judge your emotions. And some of you are using your discernment, like when to get emotional and when not to. I'm getting this energy of like, kind of like, I'm also seeing the waves, like the tides coming in and out. So some of you could literally be at the ocean. You could be having visions of the ocean. Or you're having these waves of emotions that you're learning to either communicate about or to like cut off. The warning there is blocking your emotions, fully. So I know like one thing you can learn with your emotions is like kind of to table them. So don't fully block them, but at times if there's things you need to do that day or go to work, it's like turning them off or letting them go maybe out to sea, and then later at a different time allowing them to flow back in. I'm getting, for some of you, you're really into your yoga flow right now is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing kind of like tight yoga fitting clothes, but with like loose scarves or loose shawls over. We have the novice, innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, or unstable curiosity. It's giving curiosity killed the cat. I don't know. That's giving like a watcher energy. For some of you, you could be a yoga teacher and you're having kind of like some silly beginners or some people who just like aren't really getting it. It's like that merging of the West with the East. And some of you, maybe you're wanting, okay, here's the thing. For those of you who have never been to yoga or don't know much about it, it can feel extremely intimidating to go to your first class, okay? And then you have all these yogis, they're so flexible. You maybe have never touched your toes in your life, but if you can find the courage to go and show up and allow yourself to be ignorant, allow yourself to have curiosity, but for the right reasons, okay? If you're some dude who wants to go to a yoga class to be a creep, everyone's going to pick up on that immediately. There's a lot of high priestesses in there, okay? So really coming from a place of respect, if you are a man going to a yoga class. For others of you, you're like the supportive gay friend. You like to go to like fitness classes, mingle with the women. You're in your divine feminine. So that the unstable curiosity could be about something else too, or someone unstable could be watching here. We have the Earth Fairy, number 27 could resonate. That's a 9. Physical health, grounding, and foundations. That is like fairy yoga goddess energy. Okay. I'm being guided to tell you hashtag slay. SLAY. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Birch Rebirth. I feel like we've had the Birch card come up recently as well. Something's carved into the tree here. Birth, rebirth. Some of you could be going through a rebirth or like almost like rebirthing your yogic practice. I'm getting yoga vibes. Maybe it's just because of the book. Let's see. We're going to use another oracle to clarify. So some of you, it could be a physical birth. Others of you, it's a idea. I don't know why I'm seeing birth, but it says birch and rebirth. Birch. Some of you, look up the spiritual properties or metaphysical properties of birch. I don't actually know what they are. Some of you could live somewhere where there's a lot of birch trees, or you could use birch trees in your art. I'm also hearing Burt's Bees for some of you. Someone here could own Burt's Bees. Okay, we have the Modern card. I'm hearing that someone here is a modernist or into modern art. This is like an eclipse, but this also looks like a pendant to me. What is this showing us? Modern. It's almost like she's beam projecting this. So you could read this as this is going down. The light's going down. But I'm actually seeing it as almost like an Apple Watch beaming up. Some of you could have worked on the Apple Watch. Like you're a designer or you're in tech. I'm seeing also like, I don't know where specifically iPhones are manufactured, but some of you could work in factories that actually produce I heard iPhones, but in particular the Apple Watch, okay? Kindness. You are veiled in kindness. Ooh, it's giving me the energy. You're so kind that people really take advantage of that. And like on this path, I feel like being kindness is almost like underrated in the modern world. But it's all about perception here. Some of you could be sculptors. You could be working with orchids or love orchids. Whoever's really kind here, I just really feel like protecting you and warning you that like you're I'm also hearing don't mistake my kindness for weakness, though. So maybe you're tough, okay? But you're coming across as, like, too kind to the point where, like, I want to stop and be like, you need to get in your masculine a little bit here. Okay, but you're really peaceful. I'm hearing peaceful water sign. You could be working with, what is it called? Cryophase as a crystal. Or I'm also hearing clementine for some reason. Someone's name could be Clementine, or you could be eating the clementine. This is also the chrysocolla energy, is how I feel. So some of you could really like to work with the crystals, chrysocolla. Some of you work with crystals in your art or your jewelry design. Okay, I'm seeing some friction here being illuminated. And it's weird because it's like that's covering your face, but that's covering your head. And then we have this illuminated light. What is that? Is it some kind of magic you're doing? I feel like it's magic that you're doing. White magic. Know thyself. Okay, one time when I was like trying to recover from like partying a lot, I went out to a bar with my friend and they were playing music. They were playing their guitar at a like open mic night. And you know, everyone there was drinking and I was trying not to drink. I was not drinking. And I told some random dude there about how I was not drinking on this night out and how I was stopping to drink. And he was like, it's important to know thyself. So really know thyself. You have resolution here. This is giving like New Year's resolution energy. So it's like whatever you want to change about yourself or commit to yourself. I feel like it's about coming into balance with that. I'm hearing tough cookie. This is almost a little bit tough to read right now. And I feel like it's because you have like this protective magic, or you have, for some of you, it's an ancestor spirit, like a grandmother spirit around you. You feel a female spirit around you that's really protective and guides you. Okay, I think this is the Spirit Allies deck. So let's see what allies you have right now. You have the unicorn. Some of you, I'm getting, you could be painting unicorns. Some of you could be dancers. I'm hearing exotic dancers or erotic dancers, but also traditional dancers, okay? Some of you here could be Brazilian in particular. And we have the clear quartz. Some of you could really use clear quartz in your magic. That's the peacock. You could be working with the peacock or the butterfly spirit animal. Snake. Okay, I wasn't going to tell you because it didn't come out when I shuffled, but when I moved the decks across, this card from the other deck was popped out for some reason. That was the serpent. Okay, so we will include it because we have the snake twice. Okay, this is saying knowledge and healing. Some of you, this is that Kundalini energy. Some other people, okay, let's talk about this because I don't know. Personally, at this point, I like the Kundalini energy. But some other people are talking about how they removed their chakras or removed their Kundalini energy. I don't know. I'm not going to recommend that. Some of you could be like researching stuff about that right now. I want to caution you with that. Okay. All right. Welcome back. It got cut off. So I recommend working with the moonstone right now. Some of you already are. I do recommend, or like I'm getting the vibe, some of you could be silversmiths or getting into silversmithing for a couple of you. Okay, that moonstone's gonna look really good. Silversmith. Okay, we have the Keeper of Challenges, the Keeper of Visions, the Liar, some of you are a Pisces for sure, Nine of Boons, the Five of Spells, Seeker of challenges. Some of you have, I'm getting a frenemy to cut off. Yeah, 5 of Boons. And the 7 of challenges. Some of you are dealing with a liar and a thief. This is giving me gypsy energy. What else? We have, some of you have elf energy. Okay, that's the Starlight card. The 10 of visions with the unicorn and the 10 of challenges. I'm getting someone who feels defeated. Okay, so healing from some type of defeat. Here's your inner child out here, or some of you, your actual child of spells. So either your inner child feels defeated, or those of you who have children, your child is making you maybe feel like defeated right now. Let's ask the mushrooms. Maybe family issues. Some of you, you're doing like all this yoga and stuff to really, I feel like move stagnant energy. Like my hips are sore when I'm talking about this. It's like that deep energy stored like basically in your bones. It's like trauma that was created when your bones were still growing. And it's like, I'm hearing in the bone marrow. Okay. That's quite the visual. And it's interesting because with the mushrooms, right? Like mushrooms of fungus. Some of you have this emotional, I'm talking about energy here, by the way. Okay. So this is a very abstract conversation I'm having with you. It's very spiritual. This mushroom is a fungus that grows. Some of you had this trauma that grew like a fungus in your bone marrow. Okay. This is not scientific. I'm talking about like energy. Okay, you have the Star, the World, and the Page of Pentacles. I'm getting and hearing that you need to invest into your physical health. I heard physical health. Some of you, your body has taken, I'm really getting a fragile body. Some of you, you could even have like bone weakening, like some trauma that you have been through and continually going through has caused aching pains. Honey mushroom with the World, hedgehog mushroom, and the golden, was it reishi? Some of you could really like mushroom pizza. You could drink mushroom coffee. This is giving yourself healing, and maybe some of you are working with the natural mushrooms. Okay, it doesn't have to be psychedelic. Maybe you are microdosing. I don't really think you need to use psychedelics, but I support you if that's right for you. Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, the green elf cup and the burn, was it Morel? That looks like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. I'm also hearing Hocus Pocus. And that looks like a divine timing pocket watch that is grown into the mushrooms. Okay, so what you need to know is like in your physical code of like your body. It's giving me like, I want to be careful what I say right now. This is not for everyone, but for some of you, it's like this curse or like this like dark energy was like grown into you, but there's also like reverse mechanisms that were also put in place spiritually. We have the Two of Cups. For those of you who are single, I feel like you're going to meet a healer. Some of you are being sent a soulmate to help heal you, help you on your path, like a really, maybe even an earth sign. I'm hearing Virgo. The Seven of Cups. Some of you could start dating your yoga teacher, or if you're going to become a yoga teacher, you can meet a soulmate in yoga teacher training. Black trumpet with the 7 of cups and lion's mane with the Queen of Swords. Also, some of you could have had, this is like a totally different energy. Some of you could have been with like a soulmate healer who you feel like did something actually dark magic to you. Maybe even like sexual in nature, sex magic, but dark. I see the snake popping out. So for some of you, there's something new that's good for you coming in. And some of you, this is a warning of, or like you're dealing, I'm hearing the aftermath. You're dealing with the aftermath of someone who you thought was that person, but they turned out not to be, or something turned sour, got moldy. I'm hearing oldie moldy. There's another snake right there that I didn't see. Okay, some of you, you're seeing some snakes in your life right now. There's another one you don't see right there. Okay, so be cautious, especially if you work in the spiritual community, in the yogic community. Just because people say they are of light and love does not mean that they are. And a lot of people are very damaged that go down this type of path. Show compassion and grace for them. Go into a place of forgiveness. And for those of you that these people are coming in, really tap in with your discernment. Clean up your diet so you have a lot of clarity here. Also, someone here feels like they can manifest a lot, but there's like, it also manifests this darker energy with what they meant. There's another snake right there that I just saw. Okay, so listen, there's snakes in the grass right now for you, water signs. Move ahead with confidence is what I'm hearing. Fear no evil is what I'm hearing. What you have to realize is some of what's being shown to you is an illusion. It's like those tests that are coming in. I kind of talked about that in the collective reading last night. It's the tests that are coming in, but it's also how you navigate forward, knowing that there's snakes on the path. That's how you're being tested with your emotional strength, your courage, and your bravery moving forward. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. Water signs, sending you a lot of blessings on your path. Really tap into your art at this time. Let me know how this video resonates in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for your Cash App donations, and I'll see you in your next reading. Okay, bye.